Hi, I'm Jacob at the Trixie's Uptown location. Today we're going to be diffusing Sarah's hair. So first we're going to start with product. First we're going to start with our Be Curly Style Prep. With this, you want about 1 pump per side of the head, just because Sarah has really coarse hair and it tends to be a little bit thicker. So this is something you want to make sure you spread from the roots all the way through the ends, because this is going to help with moisture. This also has wheat protein in it, so it's going to give protein back to the hair, which curly hair tends to be a little bit more fragile to begin with. And since she has those lightened hair pieces, this will help smooth them and give protein back to her hair. So I did 1 pump for one side of the head, and then 1 pump for the other side of the head. With curly hair, I tend to just kind of run this through with my fingers because I don't want to disrupt the curl pattern too much by taking like a brush or like a very fine tooth comb. So I tend to just stick to my hands or a very wide tooth comb. Okay. Next for diffusing today, we're going to go ahead and use our Aveda Texture Tonic. I'm going to start by sectioning her hair off. I'm going to start with the underneath quadrant back here. I will split this into 2 sections. Go over to this side. I'm going to spray from the roots all the way through the ends. This is something with curly hair, you want to make sure it's evenly distributed so that she gets even curl from root to end. And I like to just scrunch this into the hair versus like rubbing her too much, just because then it's kind of spreading the product around without disrupting the curl too much. Next, I'm going to subsection her top off and go ahead and apply product through the midsection. Here I'm going to break it down into quadrants. Over here I'll do the side of her head, again just kind of like applying evenly from roots to end and kind of scrunching it into the hair. And the texture tonic is great because it's kind of like that sea salt spray, but it also has sugar in it. So it's going to condition the hair a little bit and add extra moisture. You can already see as it gets to her, the moisture kind of brings her curl out. Alright, finally we'll take down the top section. So here I kind of take about 1 inch by maybe like 1.5 inch sections, and I just kind of direct the curl the way I want it to go, just to kind of give it a little bit of extra bounce. Now with natural curly hair, I tend to alternate sections, so that one I went away from the face, this one I'm going to go towards the face. This is just going to give her a little bit more separation in her curl so that they're not all forming together. Okay. This really isn't making curl, it's just kind of promoting curl, is what it is. Alright, and then I'm going to take my diffuser and just kind of use it just to dry her curls about, usually with curls you want to go about 80%, no more than that. You're just going to cause frizz and just make them more unruly at that point. I always put it on high heat, but usually like medium like airflow. You don't want to push the curl around too much. Okay. Take shelter, oh, it's now or never. Time is fading, we ain't got forever. Ain't got nothing left but your silhouette. Desire brighter than starlight. It's only you and I and the satellites till it's gone with the sunrise.
Like we're the only lovers left alive. Our summer street tonight. Like we're the only lovers left alive. Our summer street tonight. Like we're the only lovers left alive. Black clouds forming, but we don't know what's coming. Wastelands burning, but we don't feel.
Alright, she's about done. Usually I'll finish off with a light hairspray. I'm using the Be Curly hairspray. And this just kind of helps define the curl a little bit and give it a slight hold without being too crunchy. That's the great thing about the Texture Tonic is you can see it gives you great definition, but if you feel the hair, it's soft. It's not like you have like a hard gel in your hair, or it's not crunchy, but it gives you that definition. So usually I'll spray that and just kind of scrunch that into the hair ever so slightly. Perfect. How's it looking?
Looks fabulous. Look how shiny.
Yeah.
Now, if they were diffusing their own hair at home, how would you recommend they kind of diffuse it? Would you say to do it the same way you did or some way different?
Pretty close. I'll have Sarah show you, but maybe without the dryer on.
Yeah.
I'd still like to get that volume up front. If it's easier, they can tip their head over slightly.
Mm-hmm.
But you still want to make sure you're not disrupting the curl as much as you can. But really to help get that up there and just kind of push it as high so you still get that volume, but the definition with it.
Sarah's an old pro at diffusing her hair.
Just
You're
old.
so good at this. Perfect. Alright, and that was us diffusing Sarah's hair today.
Looks beautiful.
Fading, we ain't got